Just take that off. Hey there, it's David Cinelli here. I'm a realtor with Royal LePage Signature. I got some amazing news for you. Well, it's amazing news for me as well because right behind me is going to be my brand new office. We are located at 2414 Bloor Street West, right at the corner of Jane and Bloor. So you've got great access to me at all times. You know, we're going to take a quick walk through the property now because this might need a little bit of renovations, and you'll see why. So I want to show you the before, we'll walk you through the during, and hopefully have a spectacular finish. So without further ado, let's go look at the befores. Come on. Well, here we are, guys. I'm with my family when they're really excited about this new opportunity we have, to build the office. When I mentioned to Mila today, I said, hey, we wanted to work down some walls, help Daddy with some demolition. She was so excited. So yeah, we got Mila here, we got Matea, my little one, obviously my wife, Natalie. So we're ready to start this demo. So let's take a look. I'm gonna make the first swing, safety first. So everyone's got their goggles on, right? Masks, please, masks. Well, we're back here at my future office. I brought, obviously, Natalie's with me again. We just want to give you a quick tour of kind of what our idea was for the unit. So currently, right now, we have the permits set out with the City of Toronto. We're kind of working on some things here and there, but we did start the demolition. So we're excited to show you kind of our thoughts and where we are during this process. First off, as you've seen, if you take a look at even at the ceilings, all the ceilings have been down in the main areas. One of the reasons why we had to do the renovation was we had knob and tube wiring, right? And that was, that was the premise really. The insurance company really said to us, you have to replace it. So unfortunately at this point, most of the stuff that needed to come down. So it's a great opportunity for us to revamp the space. So what were your thoughts about basically what we're doing with the ceiling like now? Because now you just see a lot of the wood and the joists and stuff.
Well, because this building is a flat roof, it's, I'd say almost 3 feet higher in the front than it is in the back.
Yeah.
So we're going to take the ceiling right off and go right up to the rafters. So this will actually be the boardroom. So Dave will have his office in the back. You'll see that in a minute. But this is kind of the area where, if you have meetings with clients or other people that will end up working here, this is where they'll be. Yeah. So we want to open this up as much as possible. We'll get another at least 2 feet of ceiling height here, and it's going to make the space look amazing.
So also what we wanted to do over here was have, the black metal doors. It just kind of looks like...
Steel doors.
Steel doors.
Steel and glass doors.
Yes, so I really wanted to showcase the amount of light. You do have that large window over here. We were thinking about expanding, but if we expanded the window too far, then we couldn't get any storage and really couldn't get a lot of even TV space. It just didn't make a lot of sense. Instead, if we're going all the way up and we opened up, that's where we see the next space, this room will be flooded with lots of light. When you probably saw last when I had the sledgehammer with the girls, we were knocking down this wall. And this wall over here was, what we're gonna do is have it, again, all the way up to the ceiling, have glass. But above here, if we can, it looks like before there was a skylight. So if you have a lot of the natural light flowing in here, it'll actually carry into the other room, so it'll really be open space.
Yeah, this whole place is going to be flooded with light.
Yeah.
And then if you kind of take a look on the back wall here, this will be the first wall you see when you come up the stairs. So you see through the glass, and this will be the reception area. So we're doing a feature slatted wall over here, and then probably like a white quartz desk.
That's what that's the hope, yeah.
And then a reception area with a couple of chairs and a little table at the front.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great.
So behind me here, this door will then eventually be closed off. So, which was the kitchen area, this no longer will be here. So you literally will come in, don't have to worry about somebody eating as you're coming in to see the office. So in this space over here, what we're thinking, obviously the door would be closed on this side. Have maybe a little seating area or something over
right
here.
where we're standing, just a little 2 to 3 seater table for eating, and then cabinetry.
We're still going, it's still getting some demos, so don't mind that. Yeah, just do some cabinet, like a little kitchen.
Little stove, toaster oven maybe, or pizza.
And right in front and back here, we were debating whether we were going to keep the RAD and having a 2-system heating ventilation system, but we had a couple of HVAC guys basically say we might be able to get a unit right in the unit here, right behind it, and we would all be on one system. So we're still working with the city and that, trying to figure out those specs as well. Right now we're standing in the back of the unit, which will eventually be my office. Where the thing is basically, we're gonna open up this space, really have, again, the whole theme that we always want to do is have lots of natural light. And the way that the house, or sort of the unit kind of was before, was really dark, really kind of dingy, really outdated. By increasing the same size of the window here as we have in the front, that'll allow lots of natural light to come in, have a glass door rear, which will allow the natural light sun to flow in that way as well. That we won't have to put another skylight or something out here too. You would just feel more, I won't feel dark and dingy all the time.
We're getting Dave some new office furniture because Lord knows he needs it. And we're not doing all glass here. I think we need a little bit of space to kind of hide a lot of Dave's beautiful mind brain, if that works.
If you've ever seen my office at home, you'll walk in here, like it's an organized mess. That's what I call it.
Hit me up if you want a picture, I'll send it to you.
Do not hit her up.
So this will be a full like drywall wall, and that way when you're walking into the office, all you see is beautiful desk, great light, and all of the other stuff is going to be hidden behind this wall here. This whole space isn't going to be the entire office. This is going to be broken down a little bit. We're actually separating this single washroom into 2 bathrooms. So Dave will essentially have his own private bathroom, and there'll be another bathroom for everybody else to use. And then in between, just a small storage space. So just like building a house, the more storage, the better.
But I like this space with the amount of light because, as you know, I do a lot of videos, and currently at the home we have to shuffle things around, move things, and if I have a large enough space here, I could just basically keep my stuff here.
Oh, all the stuff is staying here. All of it. I'm going to get my dining room table back. I'm going to get my entryway table back. I'm going to get my console back. I'm going to get my sideboard back. And then I maybe take over the office in the front room.
I really don't know who's more excited about this office, you or me. So I'm with my cousin here, Anthony Cinelli from Cinelli Construction. We are in the same bubble. We've basically been hanging out even before COVID. So so that's why you see us not wearing masks during this time. Plus you can see what we're saying. So Anthony, thanks again for helping me out during this project. He's basically project managing it and helping us trying to figure out the best optimal way to configure the space and hopefully save you some money in the long run. What are some of the challenges you've seen so far that we didn't expect to happen?
Some of the challenges was we have a double ceiling here. We thought the ceiling height was 8.5 feet, where we found that it's actually higher.
Which actually works to my benefit because
yeah, definitely. Gives you more space, can open it up. The other thing is, it's old, plaster and lath. The flooring, we had to remove all the flooring so you get to see all the little areas that were not properly patched.
Yeah. So the floor, you were saying too, we also have to reinforce the whole floor because when do you think this floor was actually put in here?
This is original flooring.
Wow. Yeah, and this building's not new. No, not at all. So yeah, even still we're standing through, there's spots, which we kind of felt before, there were some soft spots, and then we were walking through, even that you saw in the bathroom, that literally the bathroom there was sinking at some spots,
yes,
which really need to be ripped out. So that was one of the challenges we had to make sure that was going to work as well. The one thing I was wondering, we'll just see in the bathroom, we have architectural drawings. I want to see how we're going to fit 2 bathrooms in that space. To me, it feels kind of tight, but I don't know, I'll let you deal with that and figure out what. What about, how hard is it to get rid of the knob and tube wiring? Is that mostly electrician? You guys?
The electrician's going to strip it all out right back to the panel and start from new. It's all going to be new wiring in here.
Yeah. What is happening here? Was this a skylight before?
It looks like it was an existing skylight, and we're actually spoke to the roofer. We're replacing the roof here, and we're going to put another skylight back in this area to get you some natural light in this room.
Does that save me some money?
It saves you money on electricity, yes.
That's good. So we're going to try to fit 2 bathrooms in this space, right?
Correct.
Obviously, we're not going to. we're going to keep as much of the existing walls as we possibly can. So if you had one door here and then we're going to do like a private bathroom, how do you see the toilet? Like, where would the toilets be situated and make sure everything fits? Are you going to put a pocket door? What makes the most sense?
No, there'll be normal doors. We don't have enough room here for pockets. I'll probably do back-to-back sinks and toilets on the back wall. Right now, it looks like the 2 doors will be from the hallway.
Okay.
As opposed to taking the space up in the room.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, if we can do that. So it would just be longer, so like back-to-back sinks, and there'd be enough room. I guess we could eat into this space over here, where it doesn't, like, we're fine with that. Yeah. But then the last one here's, Natalie and I were saying about, for my office, we're thinking about even increasing it to about maybe around here, and maybe do some, like a drywall on this side, and do some built-ins to about the wall here. And this kind of just a little like storage area in here that people just can come congregate. Because I don't think right,
yeah, a secondary meeting room.
Right. But I think over here, if we eat into the space, we'll know that more once we get into it. So the next point we probably have is talk with your glass guys, have everybody come in, and go from there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, hopefully we'll see you next time. We'll be a little further along, and we're getting really excited about the whole process. Hey everybody, welcome back. Hey, it's David Cinelli again, as you see. So I wanted to show that we are always being, being conscious and socially distancing ourselves. So we're taking all the precautions, making sure nobody gets sick. As you can see in the building today, it's empty. But Mike and I also wanted to stay far enough away from each other that we're not, in anybody's harm's way. Anyway, I wanted to show you today where we are with my office. I like this stage because you can kind of see some of our design ideas, how things have changed. And we're kind of waiting right now just for the city to come in to do their own walkthrough. After they do their walkthrough, the things move a lot quicker, and all the walls would be closed up and you wouldn't really see much of the progress. So this is probably the last time you're gonna see it as almost like a work in progress. So where I am right now, I'm standing in what's gonna be my boardroom. And if you take a look, we have, I think last time we were here, we did have a lot of the ceilings exposed, but you didn't have to see the idea where they're at. And it's funny because we had to change some of the ideas. We thought that the whole ceiling was going to be exposed, but we realized if you look, it's kind of sloping back towards the back. So the roof, even though it's flat, has a little bit of an angle, and that's carried through. So I kind of wanted to showcase that. So here in the main reception area and here in the boardroom are the only 2 spots we are actually going to have the exposed ceilings. And then when you walk into this space, have you noticed we have this? So in this area before, it was so dark and it was kind of dingy. When we opened up the space, we saw that there already was an infrastructure for the nice skylight. So I don't know if the last time, I can't remember if we had it here last time, if you saw it, but look at the difference just by opening up. Right now we have no lights on in this room, and just by that window over there and this natural sunlight from the skylight right here fills the whole room with tons and tons of skylight. So tons of natural light. The other thing is what we wanted to do is we didn't want to block any of it off. So over here, as you see, we're just going to put a nice piece of glass over here to make sure that you allow all that sunlight. We're not going to block it off as you're walking up the stairs. We want this to be a very inviting space, and a lot of that has to do with a lot of natural light. Let's walk back here into this main boardroom. Sorry about the back and forth, but I kind of get excited. There's so many cool things about this property that I keep forgetting that I want to say, well, I want to show you this, I want to highlight this. So back here, we're going to have about 8-foot built-ins right along this wall. This area right now is going to be like a little kitchenette on this side, and we have a little seating area for people just congregate, whether it's my employees or somebody just wants to come and sit down. So this we wanted to keep it just a little bit cozier, have a little something to grab a bite to eat, but you're also able to utilize the space back here, which formerly had the fridge over it. We put the whole new heating, so we call it HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. We have a unit up top, but it's all a brand new system. We were able to utilize the boiler downstairs, which is a high efficiency boiler, and we're able to use that as a fan coil and use this brand new HVAC. So we didn't have to, break the bank too much, but the system, as you feel over here, it's nice and warm in here today, and it's all because of that brand new HVAC system. And then you have, which was 1 bathroom, we created 2 bathrooms. Since I'm creating my own space, I wanted to have my own bathroom. So this bathroom will be accessible to everybody else. As you walk in, there'll be the toilet, the sink is going to be over that side. Yeah, and the toilet's going to be on this side. So a nice little walkway here. And then my bathroom will be nice private door over here, and here, same thing. So we got a nice sink on this side, toilet over here. totally secluded. Now this area I'm pretty excited about. We were gonna make another office, but I thought we don't necessarily need to do a bigger office here, because right now I don't have a lot of teammates that need it in there. Obviously you can use the boardroom, or you can just put a couple of desks in here. But what I'm gonna set this room up as, I have this green screen that's gonna go from here to here, and it's just a pull down green screen. I'm gonna put up my camera over there, so if you're not following me already, if you notice I do a lot of my own videos. Mike helps me for a lot of my videos, for that I'm not just filming for myself. But from over here, I can just set up the camera and I can do a lot of my videos right here. I don't have to go home and bother my kids, tell them to all be quiet, or my wife, which, trust me, is it's a basis for a lot of arguments in your home. If I can do everything here, as you notice, the sound is good. There's, and plus once all the drywall is in too, they'll even muffle the sound from the outside as well. And it also has natural light. This is the last space. Right now we have to put up this light over here because behind you, right here in this spot, we are making this huge window. Have you noticed the theme so far? Lots of natural light, lots of windows. We're trying to open up and make it nice and airy. So this whole back wall, a large portion of it will just be a window. Again, Ultimate Kitchen is going to be setting up right over here with all these built-ins on this side. I do a lot of whiteboarding, which is whiteboarding what I have, like maybe you call it their storyboards or lead generation. Those are going to be over here on this side. That I can do all my work. I can see where I am, set my goals, etc. We've ordered this nice desk, which Natalie, my wife, has helped me out with. We're gonna put it right back here. That's pretty much the walkthrough as it is right now. We wanted to show you the progress at this point, at this stage, because the next time you see this, it'll look very different. I don't think a lot of times when I've talked to some of my own clients, they don't always know the whole process of what things look like when they're first buying a home and what happens with the whole construction. This right now is the critical point. As you can see, there's lots of wires and everything. You can see the ceiling. You'll see where all the wires head up and where all the pot lights are heading. And just basically HVAC the system before any of the drywall is done. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this segment, and I see you next time when we have the whole finished project. Have a great day. Bye.
Tragedy strikes the Illinois virus has taken the life of an officer.
Positive wave from COVID-19 complications this morning here at St. John's Hospital. There are certainly a lot of heavy burdens here. COVID-19 complications this morning here at St. John's Hospital.
I just want to say thank you for everybody for coming. We're doing the official grand opening. It's been about a year in the making. Because of the pandemic, we couldn't really open everything up, and unfortunately the city of Toronto held us back with some of the permits. So thank you for everybody for coming. We appreciate everybody who's done some work and helped us along the way. And thank everybody from the signature staff for coming along. Thank you so much. So without further ado, well, everybody, thanks again for following along this journey. It's taken a little longer than we thought. I think it's been, we started October of 2020. Today is we're in June of 2022. So yeah, it's been about just a year and 8 months or so. So there was a little bit of roadblocks along the way. We had some pushback from the city. Obviously with construction costs of the pandemic, there was a lot of roadblocks. But the end product, at the end of the day, we were super happy. I'm happy today everybody from my brokerage is able to come by. Some of the contractors are able to do the work, which includes the kitchen guys, the roofers who didn't want to be on camera. All those guys came in there, and I think at the end of the day, we turned out a great product. We are super excited to be open to the public and to welcome everybody to the DC family. And we're hoping that they also are happy to have the DC family here in Bloor West Village. So thanks again. Thanks again to Michael and for your whole team as well, 20 Valley Media, for bringing everything together and watching the journey. As I said, there was a lot of bumps and bruises, but again, along the way, you can see that the process, sometimes you watch things on TV, the process looks like it just turns overnight. Well, you see over here, it's been along almost 2 years in the working. It doesn't happen overnight. We didn't want to sugarcoat anything. We wanted to show you that, sometimes it is a little bit of a grind, but when you're passionate about something and you love what you do, the end product and how things turn out really matter. So I'd highly encourage, if you are in the same position same position I was in, do the same thing, but you're gonna love the end product, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. If you have the right people working for you, your product is gonna be even more spectacular. It's gonna mean something more to you in the end. So thank you again. And if you're ever in the neighborhood, we're located at 2414 Bloor Street West, Unit A. Come upstairs. If the door is locked, sometimes it happens when you're on Bloor Street, we just lock the door. You might just either knock or give me a call or a text, and we'll come and open the door for you, because we're always here. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and thank you again for joining along in this journey.